You come home physically present but emotionally drained, mentally still at work, tired, exhausted. And eventually, the question isn't, how successful am I? It's, what is my success costing me emotionally here? We are often taught how to become successful, but we are never taught how to balance success, how to retain it without losing ourselves, losing our cool. As ambitious women, we want our career to grow, right? We want our relationships to matter. For us, success is not just career success, because we know that for us, success is fulfillment, not just in terms of career, but also in terms of our family life, also in terms of our understanding of ourselves, our self growth. Because sustainable career growth isn't about becoming someone who can carry more of things. It's about becoming someone who can grow without carrying everything emotionally and work from the sense of detachment. So, from 6 months from now, your career is growing, your leadership is stronger, you have more clarity of thought process, you don't automatically say yes. Are we on with this identity? You don't measure your worth by how much you carry. You know when to push, you know when to pause. So write this down, that one belief you will release. Hi everyone again. Hi Sahla. We have Annie. We have a lot of people joining in. Hi everyone. Please drop in your where have you joined from? Okay. Do drop in the name of the place that you have joined from. We have Emma. We have Rebecca who has joined. Hi Rebecca. How are you? From Dubai. Okay. You're from UAE. Sala, welcome back. You were there in my last webinar as well. So I'll take a special question from you if you have today. We'll take it at the end of the webinar. I'll just tell you this webinar is about how ambitious leaders balance career, family, and personal growth. So there will be many sections in this, many interaction. Please do give in your thoughts, your energies, your focus in this, because you will learn a lot where you can change yourself in terms of your patterns, your behavior, how you're approaching things, what is draining you, and how can you shift that from your energy? How can you identify that? Okay, so we will. Hi, Rebecca. Hello. How are you? UAE, great, great to know that. So let's start the presentation and let's start the understanding of this topic. I'll tell you what is here. There's a lot of things that you will learn. There will be a lot of interactive, I would say, messages and questions that you will have fun with and also understand yourself better. We will do a visualization meditation at the end of it, clearing your energies, making you feel light, having that understanding and alignment in your energy. Okay, so wait till the last ones, and I'll just give you an understanding and a reward people who wait till the end of this presentation and webinar. One of you will be picked up, and I will read your energy intuitively, and I'll tell you where you are facing your blockages. So be present and be interactive. Okay, so let's start. So, how ambitious leaders balance career, family, growth. This is what it is. So, let me begin this webinar today with a simple thought. We are often taught how to become successful, but we are never taught how to balance success, how to retain it without losing ourselves, losing our cool. As ambitious women, we want our career to grow, right? We want our relationships to matter. For us, success is not just career success, because we know that for us, success is fulfillment, not just in terms of career, but also in terms of our family life, also in terms of our understanding of ourselves, our self growth. Okay, so we also want to continue growing as individuals. We put in those amount of time, put in the amount of understanding of how to grow our career, where are we lacking, and how can we change this shift. Okay, this is why this whole webinar is a 3-part journey. And in this particular webinar, I'll be talking about one part of it. As women, we all seek one thing that is common for most of us, a fulfilled career, which, according to our generational thoughts, come from balance. Now, balance is what? Balance of career, balance of family, and personal growth. So, in today's webinar, we are beginning with career as the main focus to understand the thinking patterns, to understand the behavioral patterns, to understand the fear, the conditioning that we are operating from when career is concerned. And I also want to let you know that I want us to look underneath it as the beliefs, mindset, and identity that influences how we make career decisions. Because sometimes the biggest thing affecting our career isn't what's happening around us, it is what's happening within us. What is the wiring within us? Okay. So let's, before I begin, I want to introduce myself. I'm Mohsinaa Ahmad. Most mentors fix your strategy, usually. Okay, I fix what's underneath it. Your thoughts, your patterns, your fears, and the beliefs that are stopping you, stalling you, making you scared of taking the next leap, beliefs that have become obsolete in your present energy because it has worked for some time, now it is obsolete, and it is quietly blocking your next level of success, next level of growth. Okay, for 9+ years I have helped high achievers, founders, and entrepreneurs who still have the hunger for the next level of success, delete the subconscious beliefs, stalling them, and reinstall the ones that get them there. I don't coach performance here. I'm not coaching your performance. What I'm coaching is I release your past limitations and ceilings that you have built knowingly, unknowingly, from your environments, from the people you stay with, from the thoughts that you're absorbing unknowingly, and rebuild the identity your expansion actually comes from. Okay, this is what I'm working on. So the program is Quantum Leaders Program, and it leads to quantum leaps in your energy, in your thought patterns, in your belief patterns, helping you achieve your next level of success. So let's start. Okay, what are the three dimensions that we are talking about in terms of our thought patterns? Before we talk about changing anything, I want you to locate yourself here to understand where you are at. Rate yourself, I would say, in terms of 1 to 10 across these areas: career, family, personal growth. 1 being the least and 10 being the highest fulfillment. Your career fulfillment, your leadership, your time, your energy, your boundaries, and your ability to be fully present in all of these areas. I want you to rate yourself. Now, don't choose the answer thinking that what you should give diplomatically right or intelligently correct. I want you to be honest with yourself with this answer, and I want you to identify one area that is currently affecting your career the most. Okay, I want your answers in the chat box. Please answer this, that which one of this. Great. Okay, so we have communication and fear of being judged. Absolutely, I understand. So please let us know, how do you grow? Is it your career that is affecting you right now? I want you to rate yourself from 1 to 10 and let me know that where are you facing your challenges? Is it family? Is it personal growth? Is it career? All right, great. So let's understand this. Okay, that what is it that is not helping us here? What is it that is stalling us? Let's start with ambition. And let me present it to you in a way which is really, really important here. Okay. It can be agenda focused, but it is really important for you to understand the difference of the conditioning, not from the mindset of, being feminist, okay, but from the traditional conditioning that we have had. So, what is the thing? Let's understand, move quickly from social expectations into conditioning. Okay, What if some of the things you call personality are actually operating instructions that you have learned over a period of time? External expectations to internal instructions to career behavior. Okay, now let's start with ambition. A man pursuing more may be called driven. A woman pursuing more may sometimes be asked whether she is becoming too focused. And these expectations can shape us long before we realize it. You may say, I'm just a perfectionist. I just don't like disappointing people. Okay. And as women, traditionally, we are conditioned to take the responsibilities of the happiness of people around us. I just like to take more responsibilities and feel more important and be liked by people. So we have been conditioned to be liked. We have been conditioned to take on more responsibilities just to not disappoint people without receiving the same level of growth or rewards a man receives, or a person with that those kind of beliefs of empowerment receives. We What do? We let our thought of being helpful rise over the need of growth and rewards and ambition. Okay, but what if some of these aren't simply personality traits? What if they are operating instructions you learned? You were praised for certain behaviors, corrected for others, and slowly external expectations become your internal rules of operation of your actions that you are taking and the way you are behaving in your day to day life. Eventually, nobody needed to tell you what to do. You started telling yourself that, listen, that's conditioning. And sometimes what we call personality simply from beliefs we have repeated for such a long term that it has started feeling like our identity. That I'm very helpful, I'm an empath, I'm my energy is, I cannot say no to people. So we have started taking these beliefs as our personality traits. Now let's move on to the next slide. Okay, what belief is running your career at this very moment? Let's be practical on this. Let's get practical, okay? Think about the invisible rules you carry into your career. I need to prove myself. I need to handle everything or things will not get done. If I slow down, I'll fall hard. I cannot switch off, otherwise, something will go wrong. So, can you tell me what is the belief at present that you're operating from? Is it to prove yourself? Is it something that you think that without you, nobody else can handle? And are you working from the point of micromanagement? Are you working from the point of control? What is that belief that you're working from? If you can identify it, and if you can leave it in the chat box, it will be really helpful for me to understand you guys better. Yes, so you need to handle everything. That is, sense of control. Absolutely. All of you. Okay. But we can multitask. Maisha, you have written we can multitask, and yes, operating systems have been this way, but let's break it. Absolutely, we will break it today, Maisha. You'll see the difference by the end of it. So, Rehma, agree. So, what is it that is one thing that is running your career right now? Do you need to prove yourself? You need to, handle everything. If I slow down, I'll fall. If I switch off, something is going to go wrong. Need to prove is such a belief which makes you move away from your goals and creates an energy and perception of others, how others are looking at you. So this is absolutely negative. Shala, you have written, if you didn't work, you will fall behind. Yes, the FOMO of things, that if you will not continue your work, you will fall behind and people will make you invisible around you. So you will lose out on opportunities, you lose out on growth. That's so right. So let's go back. Okay. Now these are not just beliefs, okay, which are working for you. These are beliefs and patterns and identity and conditioning which are working against you. These are so negative at a level, so core, that it operates in your different phases of your life. It not just your career, but other phases as well, in your personality, in your the pattern of asking approvals, of taking approvals, of seeking that validation from people. So it works in very, very different layers in all areas of your life. And beliefs don't just influence how you think. These patterns and beliefs, they don't just influence how you think, they influence what you do. When you say yes, you take extra responsibilities, you stay late for a long time, you don't delegate. And you say that, listen, I'll do it, because if others will do it, it will be more time taking for me. It will take away my time, or it will not come out the way I want to. You postpone yourself in this process. You postpone yourself. You postpone your goals. You postpone what the real idea is when you're running for perfection. And then you say, all of us, we say this, I'm exhausted and drained. I'm feeling so overwhelmed. I'm not able to sleep, though I know that my body needs sleep and rest or take care of my health. But what if exhaustion and drainage is not the first problem? It is an outcome. What if belief came first? The belief makes the decision before you realize you have one. So ask yourself, which invisible rule is currently running your career? Okay. Now, to understand this better, I want you to understand this one. So, which one sounds like you? Let's take this on. Look at these 5 statements and choose the one that feels most familiar. Don't choose the one that sounds intelligent. Okay. Choose the one that actually runs your afternoons, your nights, your mornings. The belief that appears when you are under pressure. Type the letter in the chat box and I will understand that what belief right now is running. You can take your time. Okay, E. I've got a E, I've got a C. Cecile has written E. Shravani has written C. GV Sirisha has written an E. So let's see. I should be able to manage everything, right? And what else? We have A and E. If I don't do it, it won't get done. Absolutely. We have C here. We have A and E. Rehma. Krishma has written C. I need to prove I can handle it. Absolutely. So that proving is costing you your sleep, your energy levels, your cortisol, a lot of things. Raisi has written E. What is he? I should be able to manage everything. What pressure you have taken, Raisi. It is, it is not just draining you. You have taken the pressure of God Himself, that you have to manage everything. Imagine that you really have to manage everything. What is going to happen? Anita, okay, that's a lot of pressure. You have written C. Again, I need to prove I can handle it. Prove to whom? Who really cares? Anita, tell me, who really cares? People will forget, people will not remember. But the person that you need to, what are the beliefs that you need to operate from? We will just talk about this in the next few slides. And what is it that is going wrong here? So let's associate these beliefs with emotions now. Okay. So maybe you feel heavy, you are anxious, you're guilty, you're pressured by those emotions. Please write down what is the word that comes to your mind when you're typing these emotions. And is it being overwhelmed, being exhausted and tired, and I'm just done with it? I don't want to do it anymore. Okay, let's associate an emotion with these beliefs that you have or you are operating from. So it will help us to understand what is stopping your peace, what is stopping your next growth, what is it that is not helping you at this very moment. You're done with it. Okay. Sirisha has written, overwhelming and emotional. Absolutely, Shravani. It's so taking so much of pressure with all the work that you're doing, all the tasks that you are completing, all the balance that you want in your life, it is overwhelming. It is emotionally draining, because what are you operating from? You need to prove someone, or if you slow down you will fall behind, so you have to always be switched on, you have to be on your toes. And I should be able to manage everything. Who said this? Who has given you this responsibility that you should be able to manage everything? It's okay to make mistakes and not feel guilty about things. We have more responses, exhausted. I can totally understand. It's draining, it's exhaustion to the core, less energy and exhaustion. Absolutely tired. It's so many of you have written this. I am, if I'm not pronouncing your words correctly, I'm really sorry for that. Okay, but I have a lot of responses here. We have Shen Bagam, who has written exhausted. Absolutely. Krishma has written exhausted again. We have Sirisha, I'm done with it. I so understand. So, how do we change this energy? Let's go on. So, what happens here? You consciously believe that you deserve the rest, you deserve that switch off. But when you actually rest, another voice, another to do list will come up. You should be working, you cannot switch off. This is the thought, this is the voice that keeps running. If you switch off, things will not work for you, you will not receive the results, you will be draining your energy throughout, and this will be non-stop, infinite, endless to-do list which will not be completed. You can consciously believe it's okay to say no. I will not do this. It's okay. I will not go ahead and complete this task. But when somebody needs you, you may immediately feel uncomfortable to say no to that and take on that added responsibility, which are not yours, over and over again in your life. So the first time you will not feel anything. The second time you'll be like, okay, fine, I'll do it just this one time and let me not continue this. The next time he or she comes and tells me this, I'll just say that I will not, or I'll make an excuse. The third time, you get frustrated that why am I not able to say no to that person? And the fourth time and the fifth time, it just becomes your identity. And you keep doing, you keep saying yes, you keep saying yes. Okay. That is the gap between what you consciously believe and what you have been conditioned to operate from and make decisions from and take actions from. And that gap often takes us away from our alignment, from our goals, and from our priorities. So let us understand, what are you really afraid of? What is the fear that is running underneath of all these beliefs that you have? Okay, let's go one layer deeper in this. Every belief actually doesn't exist by itself. Okay, so if I tell you, if I stop doing this, what am I afraid of that would happen? If I stop handling everything all by myself, will I lose control? If I say no, will that question my commitment? If I delegate, will they will the outcome be good enough according to the way I want? If I slow down, will someone else move ahead of me? So even if you are an entrepreneur, you have your own business or you have a team of yourself, you have a full support system, but you will not utilize that. Do you know why? Because you are scared that either you will lose control or they will not be good enough. You're paying them and they're getting paid for the work that needs to be done, but you are not understanding that your fear of delegation and the fear of what the outcome will be is making you take the load of probably 5 people or 10 people, where you could have gone ahead and be expanding your growth, being more focused in terms of building up new ideas for your business, for your career, but you are leaving it from what? If I slow down, will someone else move ahead of me? So I cannot slow down. I have to be on this treadmill all the time. If I stop constantly proving myself, will I still feel successful? Will I look successful in front of others? That's where the deeper patterns appear. The behavior is visible. The beliefs that we operate from are underneath those behaviors. And beneath the belief is often a fear of losing control, a fear of falling behind, a fear of being invisible, a fear of not being important, a fear of failure in terms of no matter what you've achieved till now. But that underlying fear decides everything. A fear of no longer being needed or included. So the real question isn't just what am I doing here? It's what am I afraid will happen if I stop? Okay? So let's understand it from the point of identity patterns, the identity behind your ambition. What is the identity? Who do you have to become to succeed? Now, I want you to take a moment, pause for a moment, and think about something. Okay? Who did you have to become to get to where you are today? Maybe you became the woman who could handle pressure, the woman who never dropped the ball, that means never made a mistake. Okay, the women leader people could rely on and depend on for responsibilities, the leader who figured things out for herself and her team, a solution finder. And those qualities may have been exactly what helped you build the career you have today. So I want you to write down on the chat box that what is it that you thought have made you who you are today. Please write down. Is it someone who could handle pressure at any given circumstances, who could be relied on with no matter what kind of responsibilities are given to you, who never made a mistake, who's known for her perfectionism and for her completion of the task, having that tat at place, the woman who found solutions for your team? Which one of these are you in terms of your leadership journey? And how are you known as? Please drop your thing. The strong one, Ruhi. Okay, great. Sahla, the one who never needs help. Great one. Renu, the strong one. Absolutely. Oh, you're too strong, too many responsibilities. That means you're taking on. Bhuvana, you have written the strong one. Rehma, the strong one. Oh my God, how many responsibilities are you taking that everyone is relying on you? And you are topping the list of building everyone, the one who never needs help. You're operating all by yourself. That's too much of pressure. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Shen Bagam is the name. Okay, so even if I'm not, please excuse me. The one who never needs help. Okay, Amelia, you've written the strong one. Lot of responsibilities. Krishma, the perfect one. This one is something that you really need to drop, Krishma. Perfectionism is an illusion that nobody can achieve. What is perfect in your eyes? If you're trying to prove it to someone, they will never be happy with it because your perfect idea is never perfect for anybody else. So this one, you're taking a lot of pressure, you're draining your energy, it's taking a lot of your time and also your emotions when you are thinking of being the perfect one. This one needs to be immediately dropped. We will work on this. Okay. The responsible ones, Sirisha. Very good. Okay, so most of you, one thing that I have seen common is a strong one. So many people would be relying on you, and so many things would be relying on your yes or your no. That's a lot of pressure. That means you haven't built a support system for you who can work independently. And you are doing this because you don't want to be replaceable. Okay, so the strong one is an energy that is an identity that needs to be dropped. So is this version of you, and I feel got you where you are today, right? The same version, can it take you forward from where you are? Please write a yes or a no. Please let me know your thoughts on this. This version that you're operating from, it got you here where you are in your life, okay, in terms of your growth, in terms of your career. Will this version of you take you forward? How many of you believes this? Yes, you're saying yes. Oh my God, no, it's not going to take you forward. Let me tell you this, you're going to get drained because responsibilities and pressure of proving no, it's not going to help you. Okay, this is not the version of you that will take you forward, because the next level may not require you to do more. It may require you to lead differently, to understand yourself, that you can work through alignment rather than just being dependable, just being responsible. You can work through alignment, through delegation, through letting go of your control and being more in surrender mode and alignment with the outcome that you want, rather than doing it yourself, getting things done yourself, because that is not making you move. It may require you to change the belief patterns that you are operating from, because the leader who built your career by controlling everything now needs to learn how to trust, how to build a trust. Maybe the woman who said yes to every opportunities now needs stronger priorities, filtering of priorities. Maybe the woman who never needed help needs to know how to receive that support, how to receive that teamwork, rather than being the sole fender or the sole completer of works. So here's the question: what is one quality that helped you succeed that may not be been may now be your limiting belief and your ceiling creation for your next level? Please drop your thoughts in the chat, that what is one belief that helped you succeed till one point of time, okay, now is limiting your next level of success or growth. Let me know, all of you. Great, Sirisha, you've written no. Okay, great. So I want you to ask you one thing here. So what is that one thought that has come to you that is limiting your growth right now, which was an asset for you in terms of your behavior and your personality? I want you to write down in the chat here. I'm waiting for your messages. Yes, great. Drive. Okay. So are you saying that the drive is missing right now? The hunger is missing, Anita? What is it that you're saying? Okay, it's missing. Okay. Focus is missing. Okay. Focus is missing right now. Cecile has written. Self confidence is missing. Okay. Consistency is missing. Great, Amelia. Self confidence is missing. What else? What? Focus and energy, that is missing to go forward. Self motivation is missing. Okay. Shravani, great. So let's go on to the next slide to understand this. So when we are talking about delegating tasks, you're not able to do it. Let's understand these better. Okay. When your career never switches off, what happens then? Renu has written delegating tasks. Sahla has written self growth. Okay, since you're focused in many areas, so not able to focus on career. Right. Distractions are too many, responsibilities have been not been supported, Sirisha. Okay. I want to ask you one question. How many of you are supported by your family and the support system around you? If you can tell me yes or no, just answer in yes or no, that how many of you are supported by your family? Okay, great. Madhushri, all of you have written yes, yes, a family. You're supported by your family, or you take on their responsibilities too? Just say a yes and no. I'll understand that. Great. You have a supportive family who believes in you. Krishma, you have a supportive family. Great. Supportive team, family. Amazing, amazing. So all of you are so you are taking on the responsibilities by yourself, by your own initiatives, things that you could have delegated. So let's go on to the next slide and understand this. So think about the last 7 days. How many times were you physically somewhere but mentally somewhere else? Many of you have written focus. Many of you have written, distractions being the things. So I want to ask you here and understand this, that how many times were you physically somewhere but mentally somewhere else altogether? Working while thinking about home, children, family, At home while thinking about work, incompleted tasks, to-do list for the next day, teams, how they have worked, how they have not worked, resting while thinking about your decisions, tasks, to-do list, pending work, things that didn't complete according to your expectations or your perfectionism. How many of you are doing this? So just give a thumbs up in the chat. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you were completely present? Not productive, okay? Present in in a situation. Not busy, not available, but the word is present. Because sometimes career balance isn't actually a problem of time. It's a problem of mental availability, clarity, and presence of mind. Letting go of restlessness, letting go of control, letting go of the energy of chaos that we have. And eventually, that affects your leadership, your decisions, your creativity, your energy, and your next level of growth. So, when we are talking about what is the emotional cost of, or what is the urgency and a false solution that you're giving to yourself? Are we on the right slide here? Let me see. All right. So, what happens here is that what is the emotional cost that you're paying for yourself? And what is the understanding of that emotional cost that you're giving yourself? So, ambitious people often live with urgency. There's always urgency to, complete something, to redo something, to bring things out to perfection. I need to do this now. I can't slow down. I need to get ahead. I lose this competition. I lose this race. But pause for a moment here. What is the urgency coming from? Where is this urgency coming from? Sometimes urgency comes from prior, real priorities, but sometimes it comes from fear, expectations, people pleasing. And fear doesn't sound like fear always, okay? Sometimes fear sounds like, I can't say no, I can't miss this, I have to keep going. So before reacting to any given task or anything, any pending task that is there, ask yourself, is this genuinely important, or is it an old belief or pattern or fear creating this urgency in me? Is it some external pressure that is creating this urgency and I'm taking it as urgent? Probably it can be done after some time, or probably it can be done the next day. And this is why another productivity system isn't always the answer. You can have a perfect calendar sorted out for your week and still believe you must be available to everyone, or your need to be busy can take over your calendar and your peace eventually. Because you feel if you're busy, you are always important or you are always present. So if you're not working, you are invisible. So the deeper work here is change the belief, understand the fear, redefine the identity, and then choose the priority that needs to be completed and taken care of at that very moment of time. So, what is the emotional cost you're paying here is that you can be successful on paper. Everything looks great, hunky dory, but you're still exhausted inside. You still feel you haven't done enough. Because when you are constantly trying to prove yourself, perform, please people, prevent mistakes, and push through, your mind rarely gets to switch off. A difficult conversation stays with you, a missed opportunity stays with you, a criticism or a thought pattern, an uncompleted task stays with you, a criticism for your work or a feedback for your work, it stays with you. You come home physically present but emotionally drained, mentally still at work and tired and exhausted. And eventually, the question isn't, how successful am I? It's, what is my success costing me emotionally here? Because sustainable career growth isn't about becoming someone who can carry more of things. It's about becoming someone who can grow without carrying everything emotionally and work from the sense of detachment. Now we have to understand what does balance actually mean? What is it that we are operating from? Are we operating from time management? Are we operating from guilt? Are we operating from the thought of balance? And what does this word actually mean in life? Is it so? Let's go on to the next slide here and understand this, that what is the first word that comes in mind when we talk about balance? What is the first word that comes to your mind? Write in the chat box. Okay, here, is it equal time, giving equal time to all your people? Okay, or is it giving equal energy to all the people around you, to your work, to your family, to your everyday tasks? What does balance mean to you, if I may ask you? Can you please write down on the chat and tell me that what does balance mean to you? Handle everything equally. Okay, Sala, this is something that I'll take it on. Okay, so what else? What does balance mean to you? I want you to understand that for me, balance means thinking through a lot of things, but doing the things which are really important. What does balance? Renu, to be able to prioritize, great. Handle everything at once. Okay. Mansha, you've written balance in health, wealth, and having a healthy relationship with yourself. Okay. Rehma has written handling everything equally. Okay. All right, let's understand balance. What does it actually mean, and how should balance feel to you? More than what does mean to you. What should balance feel to you? Because balance is not, it is a feeling. It is an understanding with your energy. Everybody's balance is absolutely different from each other. The sense of balance is different. So, what does it actually mean to you? Let's understand. So, what is the first word that comes to your mind when you think of balance? You've written it down. So, let's understand it from deeper thing. Many people think balance is giving equal energy, time, efforts to each part of your life, from career to your family to yourself. Equal time, equal energy, but that is will be so exhausting. We just have 24 hours a day, and we need those 8 hours of beauty sleep. We need those 8 hours of sleep which will lower down our cortisol, align us to our thoughts, our emotions, calm us down. So equal attention to work, family, personal growth is not balance, because real life doesn't work that way. We are not a calendar, we are not a timetable. Some days your career needs you more than your family, than than yourself, for that matter. Some days your family needs you more, your spouse or your children, or their health, or their needs, or their some kind of important event that is there. Some days you need yourself more, where your health, your happiness, your peace needs attention. So instead of asking, do I do everything today, and give my equal energy to each one of these areas of my life, drain myself, and am not able to switch off from there, ask yourself, what genuinely needs my attention today? In my energy, what is it that is important? Is it the task that needs to be completed? Is it, bring out your priorities? What can wait? What can I delegate? Can the child's homework wait? Probably he can do it himself, even though it's not perfect. It is fine. Okay. Can my husband do this work and support me in terms of my child or the housework? Can my child do this independently? Can my team handle this task by themselves? I'll give the directions and they will handle it by themselves. Where do I need to be fully present today? What can I delegate? How do I build my support system? Because balance isn't equal time to everything every day, and still coming back with guilt that I did not complete this, I could not be there for this, I did not fulfill this task perfectly. Balance is conscious priority. I want you to remember this word and stay with this word for some time. When we are talking about conscious priority, and that is a mindset shift. You stop asking, how do I fit everything in my calendar, in my to-do list? And start asking what actually deserves me right now. So let's go on to the next slide and understand this better. What are the beliefs that are running through us? Who's directing your ambition? Now, we have identified the old beliefs, but awareness is only the beginning. We have to replace the old way of thinking in ourselves. I have to handle everything becomes, whoever has answered this, I want you to hear this very, very with focus and with understanding. I have to handle everything becomes, I choose what deserves my energy. I must prove myself becomes, I can lead without constantly proving myself. If I slow down, I'll fall behind. Many of you have written this. Understand this. Recovery helps me sustain performance. I want to make one thing very clear to you. Your ambition isn't a problem. Your growth mindset isn't a problem. The question is, who is directing your ambition? Write in the chat box so that I can understand this. Let's understand this better. Who is directing your? Is it your fear? Is it guilt? Is it approval? The need to prove yourself or your conscious choice? Who is directing this ambition of yours? You need to become intentional about where your ambition goes. Please write down in the chat box and we'll take it. Fear. Krishma, you have written fear. Anita, guilt. I'm sure you're doing everything. You're still feeling guilty. Anita, you're taking care of your responsibilities where? Fear. Most of you, conscious choice. Okay. Rehma, you have written fear. Great. Renu, conscious choice. Guilt. Okay. So let's understand this from the point of view of how we can change this. You need to become intentional about where your ambition is taking you and where it goes. Okay. So from 6 months from now, your career is growing, your leadership is stronger, you have more clarity of thought process. You don't automatically say yes. Are we on with this identity? You don't measure your worth by how much you carry. You know when to push, you know when to pause. So write this down, that one belief you will release, one boundary you will create, one career priority you will protect. Write it in your journal or wherever you write your thoughts down. One thing you will stop carrying. I want you to understand these beliefs very, very strongly. One belief that you would want to release, one boundary that you will create for yourself, which will maintain your peace and calm and your alignment towards completing your tasks, your priorities. One career priority that you will protect no matter what distractions come inside you or within you or in your environment. One thing you will stop carrying, one emotion that you will stop carrying when you will take decisions, you will delegate. What is that one thing that you will stop carrying with yourself, your emotion? Okay. Your future isn't created by one big decision. We all know this. It is created by what? Beliefs that you repeatedly choose to live from and operate from. Your mindset, your rule book. Because let me tell you this thing, all of you who are here, you have different rule books. If those rules in your rule book are working for you, keep them, treasure them, and probably make a vision board out of them. But if those rules are not working for you, making you drained of your energy, making you complete task and still come back with guilt, making you give time and energy and efforts and still bring in remorse or feeling of failure or feeling of not being good enough, those rules are not working for you. You need to change those rules, and you can change those rules because we are human beings. We have a mind. We are flexible. We are not rigid. We don't get rules and emotions and thoughts when we are born. We create this over a period of time. We start absorbing conditioning or the experiences or the energies that we give out and we give in, this we are all frequencies here. Okay, we can change. So that belief, if you have that I'm like this itself, I cannot change, that is also a belief. You can change that belief. If you feel that I'm born like this, it's a wrong belief, you need to change it. Okay, this keeps the practical commitment exercise, what we are doing right now, it brings out to light, because you have identified your belief patterns, what you're operating from, and what is working for you and what is not working for you. With the exercises that we have done today, the interactive exercises, you have created those understanding and are aware of the beliefs that are working for you and that are not working for you. Okay, so now let's get into that. I know that I have spoken a lot and I have made you understand, but now how do we calm ourselves? Let's go on and understand this. Let's expand ourselves in terms so that we don't lose ourselves. Okay, so let's begin the visualization. And before that, I would like to tell you that if you have understood what I have said, it has resonated with you, you want to learn more about it, you want to understand more about it, and you're not able to let go of those self-limiting beliefs that you have absorbed or gotten through condition or failure patterns and your self-talk patterns, you're not able to let go of it, connect with my team. I have the Quantum Leaders program where I clear subconscious belief systems of people so that your growth doesn't feel like an effort. Your success doesn't feel like it's just a milestone and you're not able to enjoy it. Your thought patterns, which are limiting and blocking and creating a wall and a ceiling in your next level of growth, I can change those beliefs subconsciously. Stay with us. We will go through the affirmations and the meditative affirmation right now and clear your blockages, okay, so that you feel at peace and aligned with yourself. Post that, I will be taking on questions and I'll be taking on one of you for my belief work here to give you an understanding that what belief are you carrying and what is limiting you. I'll take one of you. So stay with us. Let's begin. Be comfortable wherever you are. And if you can, I want you to close your eyes so that we are in the alignment. Okay, just close your eyes, sit comfortably, place your feet on the floor, allow your hands to rest naturally. And when you're ready, just close your eyes, bring your attention to your breath and your breathing. Take a deep breath in, hold for 4 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, and release the breath slowly through your mouth. Again, I want you to breathe in, hold for 4 seconds, and breathe out. One more time, I want you to understand this so that your breath work becomes naturally aligned with your energies, with your emotions, and with your alignment. Take a deep breath in, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and slowly breathe out. Bring your attention to your crown area, that is your head, and feel the relaxation coming in through your crown. Move your awareness to your forehead, the space between your eyes. Let it relax. See it relaxing. Feel that muscle loosening out there. Your jaws getting unclenched. Your cheeks just feeling, letting go of the tension, letting go of the pressure, the stress. Allow the tension you have been carrying there to soften and feel the tensions and worry release from there. Bring your awareness down through your neck, into your shoulders. Feel the weight you have been carrying begin to become lighter, releasing all the tensions, all the expectations, because you're in a safe space right now. Your arms, your elbows, your hands have now relaxed, all the way to your fingertips. Notice the stillness settling through your body. Bring your awareness to your stomach, your back, the tightness that you are feeling at your back, your stomach. Move your awareness through your body. Feel the relaxation, and the comfort down till your feet. Notice that you have become more grounded, more present, and more here at this very moment with yourself. Your body feels a little lighter than it did a few moments ago. For these moments, you don't have to carry the pressure and the expectation at work that you are carrying. You're free from other people's judgments at work and from your self judgments and self responsibilities and self burden that you have given yourself all these years. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone. You're free from internal or external pressure right now at this very moment. So just breathe in and breathe out. Be present, be aligned. And as you breathe, the emotional weight and resistance you have been carrying from your career, from your work expectations, from the task completions is getting released at this very moment. The pressure, the expectation, the need to perform, the need to keep up, the need to hold everything together, to become lighter. Now I am going to give you some of the affirmations. After each affirmation, simply say yes. I'm open to greater success, greater vision, and greater expansion in my career. Just say a yes and absorb this affirmation. I'm creating the downloads in your energy. I'm confident in my career decisions without allowing fear or emotions of guilt to lead me. I'm comfortable letting go of control and trusting the process of my career growth. I'm open to support and delegation, knowing I don't have to do everything myself. I am focused on my priorities and clear about what truly moves my career forward. I am free from the fear of failure that has limited me from taking decisions for my expansion and growth. Just say a yes after every affirmation so that you can take this and absorb it. I'm secure in my ability to grow without fearing that I will fall behind or lose out opportunities. I'm capable of holding greater responsibilities, success, and expansion in my career. I'm open to bigger career vision and ready to lead at my next level. I'm allowing my career to expand through trust, support, delegation, and conscious choice. Take one deep breath in and slowly breathe out. Bring your thoughts to awareness. Feel your feet beneath you. Feel your breathing and carry this thought with you. I can grow in my career without losing myself in the process. When you're ready, open your eyes. Okay, so let me know in the chat box how you guys are feeling. Drop in a heart or a thumbs up. What is it that you're feeling right now? Great. Thank you, Maisha. Okay, great. Shanbagam. Great. Thank you for the hearts here. Athira has also given a heart. Amazing, Bhuvana. Great. Amelia, great. Wonderful. Yes, I totally can understand. Relaxing and lighter. It's you. Okay. Relaxed. Absolutely, absolutely great, knowing that. So before we end this, I want you to understand this, okay? Your career is a part of your life, and it's just a part of your life. It cannot consume you in a way where you feel drained, where you feel emotionally attached. That if that doesn't happen, nothing else will happen in your life. You have to work from alignment, work from interest, work from passion, but not from guilt, not from proving yourself, not from expectations of others which you can never fulfill. Okay, you have to work in your career from alignment, from your understanding of growth, from your understanding of where you want to be in the next 6 months or 1 year. And if you have that understanding, you will see the difference. I want you to drop a yes in the chat box if you want to understand the Quantum Leaders program better. My team will connect with you and they will make you understand. If you want a one-on-one call on this, they will fix a one-on-one call with me, and you'll understand that where you are lacking, how can you change this, and what needs to be done. So just drop in a yes in the chat box, and my team will connect with you. Great. So you will understand where it is. Thank you. Amazing. Okay, great. Sirisha, Ruhi. So I want one of you right now to ask a question here, and let me see in the chat box, and I'll take on that question. I want a brave woman here to come forward and ask a question. So please let me know a question that has been bothering you in terms of your career. Who's going to ask? You don't have to switch on your camera. You can ask without the camera. I just need your name. That's about it. And you can just raise your hand probably, and you can ask me that, and I'll answer that with my understanding. Maisha, you've asked, even if I am aligned, I did get anxiety attacks, panic attacks, sadness, disappointments, how to cope. Okay, Maisha, see what happens here is that when you say you are aligned, okay, what is your definition of alignment, if I may ask you? Self aware. Okay, so self aware is not alignment actually. Alignment is that you are not doing, you're doing the work from the right, for the right reasons. See, if you take on a work, there's an outcome that is to be done, right? I know it's happening. Okay, I need help. Okay, so let me take on this. For Maisha, I want to see, do you have a face here? So when you're taking on a work, okay, if you are taking on that work to fulfill someone's emotional expectation, then that is not alignment. If you're taking on a work to not to disappoint that person, that is not alignment. If you're taking on that work not to let people down, that's not your alignment. Your alignment is that you have the knowledge, you'll probably build on that knowledge, you'll probably build on that thought process, but you are not coming under people's expectation. You're coming under the outcome of that the outcome of that work has to meet what the standards are set. Okay, not from that emotional thought process. Okay, I hope this answers your question. Being aware doesn't make you change yourself. Let me tell you this. You're aware that you are probably eating unhealthy. But what are the actions you're taking to not eat unhealthy? Am I making sense, Maisha? Okay, thank you. I need a heart from you, Maisha, if I have answered your question. Okay, what else? Who said? Renu have said, how not to be a perfectionist. Okay, Renu, I'll answer this. This is a very, very strong question. How not to be a perfectionist? See, first thing, perfection is an illusion. Okay, in when we are in exam, when we are in our classes, 100 is a perfection, right? So if we get 100 and plus one, probably for handwriting, somebody gives us, we get 101. So we are perfect. That is not life. Life doesn't work as 100. Okay. In life, even if you are 60% done, say relating to your work, relating to your career or completion, you have given your best in terms of the knowledge that you can give without over exerting yourself. Okay, the knowledge, the experience, the ideas, the thought process you bring in, and you are in alignment with the thoughts, you are believing in what you are giving is coming through wisdom and not again from other things around you, the distractions around you, the expectations of people around you. You're doing it from your knowledge, from your alignment, from your wisdom, from your research that you have done. If you do 60% well, I'm telling you, you have passed your exam of life, of your career. And if you're consistently doing that with discipline, you are ahead of 80% of the population or 80% of your workforce. So that is what you're have you understood this, Renu? I'm answering your question. Have you understood this? Please let me know. You're most welcome. You're most welcome, Renu. So we have other questions I want to take in. Struggles to come out from anxiety, taking time to realize this uncertainty or the situation to handle it. Shen Begam has asked this. Okay, Shen, I just want to tell you this thing, okay? These anxiety and the stress and the anxiety and the worry that we do, most of them, I'm telling you, 80% of them come out from fears and our imagination, not from facts, not from truth. Okay, so if we are saying that, we are very anxious, understand the core of it. Where is the anxiety coming from? Where are you operating from? Are you operating from fear? Are you operating from the thought process of your imagination, what could go wrong, which hasn't gone wrong? Are you operating from the fact that you haven't put in the time that is required for that task completion? Or are you operating from consistency, discipline, alignment, and your thoughts? Because most of the guilt that comes, or most of the thought of uncertainty, anxiety that comes in, is because we know we have to do this, but we give other things priority than the main task in hand, and we are losing our time in that process. Okay, so I hope I have answered your question. Yes, absolutely. Okay, great, great, great. Maisha, I got 3 loves, so thank you so much. Madhushri, you have asked me a question. Let me ask you. How do you handle the feeling of being wronged? Okay, it depends from where that feeling is coming from. Being wronged in what sense? Um, are you saying that being biased, feeling of biases in your life? What is it that you are operating from? Is it coming from the feeling of biases at work that you are feeling? Discriminatory, okay? So one thing is that, where the feeling of wrong is a very, very core belief that people have. It comes from conditioning, usually in the childhood, if they have felt it from their teachers, from their caregivers, or from their having like multiple siblings, and you have felt that biases no matter what you do. So it's a very core belief. It's a trauma kind of a belief that is there, okay, which you're a clinical doctor. So if you're understanding what I'm saying, it's and if you're resonating with it, just give a thumbs up to it. So this discriminatory behavior that comes, a subordinate has raised baseless concern, like I'm telling you, Madhushri, this belief has come not from the thought of just right now. Okay, if you can, a subordinate has raised baseless concerns. So present those evidence. What is stopping you? See, like I said, these biasness, the feeling of being biased or discriminatory, it comes from a very, very childhood conditioning and pattern. These are core beliefs which needs to be changed at a subconscious level. It doesn't get changed because you rewire yourself in a way. It gets changed when the subconscious patterns from the root causes removed. Madhushri, see, again, I'm saying, if you have the right facts, like you are saying, this is not a belief question. Again, if you have the right facts, then you need to present it and you can take the law in it. Okay. So you have to understand this, that this is not a belief question. If you are facing a charge that you have the evidence against it. Okay. You need to present the facts, Madhushri. Okay, great. So, thank you for, first of all, for joining in, giving your time, and you're most welcome, Madhushri. Let me give the hearts as well. Okay, so thank you, all of you, for joining in. And, we will take on the second part of this discussion in the next webinar, which is family. Okay, and we will see that how can we create that balance in our family and our personal growth. We'll take on this second part. Thank you, all of you, for joining in and being part of this. Take care. Have a lovely, lovely weekend. You're most welcome. Renu, you're most welcome. Maisha, you're welcome. Raisi, most welcome. Sania, most welcome. All of you, have a great weekend and take on this energy that we created in the meditation. Take on this with you. Stay with this feeling that we created in the meditation for as long as you can. Most welcome, Sirisha. Take care, Neha. Most welcome. Take care of yourself. And next time, all of you, I want your questions, because if you will ask the right questions, you will get the right answers. Okay, so I want you to think through the question that you have and put it at the end of the session. I would love to answer them. Take care. Bye bye.